Call this meeting to order, determine that there is a quorum present. We do not have a quorum.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Mr. Whaley, Mr. Hernandez are here. We do not have a quorum, but we will need to go into the public hearing. This public hearing is being conducted by the Amistad Land Use and Zone Commission. The purpose of the hearing is to allow the public to comment either for or against a front line setback variance requested by the owners of Lot 13, Block 4, San Pedro Canyon Estates. The request is for a 15-foot front lot line back variance for the recent built home. We've got two individuals that are present. I don't know if y'all want to speak. Y'all don't mind to get up on front.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Luke Doherty. I'm the owner of this property here for.
What was your name again, sir?
Luke Doherty.
Luke? Okay.
Yes. Good morning. I'm Jaime Bernal. I'm the builder, contractor.
Okay. So I guess y'all are four, right?
Yes.
Y'all have anything y'all want to say other than is it 15 foot or is it?
It's 15 foot on the money. We measured it 3 or 4 times. We were going by by the developer measurements, and that's what we went by when we built the house.
Yeah, I've got the survey. So everything I went off of when we were doing our plan, it was the survey, and the survey itself shows a 15-foot setback line the whole way, and then on the development, the San Pedro development, and then my warranty deed that when we purchased the land, it all showed in sections 2, 3, 4 about the setback of being 15 feet. So I wasn't aware of anything else needing to be 25 feet, or else that's what we would have done. So
was the plat presented to y'all, to the county? Or the house plans, I'm sorry.
Okay. Can I speak, Judge?
Huh?
Can I speak on this?
Yeah, let's visit.
Okay, on the site plan received, this was the site plan approved, and it was showing 30 from Grand Teton, and it was showing on a diagonal 35 from San Pedro, but it was like 28 something if you measure on a perpendicular line. So it was, yeah, here it's showing the 15 setback, but it wasn't built like that.
Okay. So the plans that were turned in
it ended up being a little closer.
Sure.
It ended up being more straight on to San Pedro.
The house was rotated like that, and it was pushed to the front of San Pedro.
Okay.
And then we went out and measured with our GPS, and this is what the results on that. So the closest the house is 14.53, and then the rest is 15.36 from the edge of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes with a little overhang of the roof, like an additional foot.
So one side is 14.33
.53.
or 53.
Yeah, and I based these measurements on a concrete monument found on this corner, and wood, like a really old wood post found here.
Okay. So bottom line is, and again, y'all have questions? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. First off, do we not have a quorum?
We do not have a quorum, but we can ask questions because we're in a public hearing.
Okay.
We won't be able to vote on anything.
Okay, good. We've had this in the past where we had somebody on the main part of San Pedro, and the builder built up too close to the road. It's one that's got that little semicircle room in the front, and they did it after the fact, and it created a lot of problems. So when y'all laid this out, y'all didn't hire a surveyor?
No, the bank said this survey was done recently.
Okay.
Enough.
Okay, here's another.
I have a copy of that.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. when y'all laid this out, y'all didn't have the house laid out by a surveyor?
No.
Okay. Just because of the angle of the road and the side road, that would have probably been the way to go about that, and then we wouldn't be here. The second question is, I thought the front roads were 25-foot setbacks.
Okay, yeah. So this is on the plat, which was approved in 1965, and they're putting 50 feet on both sides. On Amistad, we do have 25 to the front, 10 to the side, and 5 to the adjoining owners. So we
Okay,
do have 25.
When you talk side,
If you're
are
in
you
the
lot to
corner,
lot, or are you talking side?
side to the street,
To the street,
side to the street.
and that's the way it's put in
And
the
Amistad,
ordinance?
yes. So if you're in the corner lot and your front will be 25, your side will be 10, and then to your neighbors, it will be 5, according to Amistad. The thing here, that subdivision plan was approved way before or Amistad rules.
But it was
And
approved.
there is stating 15 on both sides. On the restrictions and covenants of the subdivision on San Pedro Canyon is 15 feet.
Okay, and then that was before Amistad
That
land
was
use
in
and zoning?
1965.
And then after Amistad land use and zoning, did it change?
The plat?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So is he 15 feet or is he 14.8?
So my field work is showing that it's 14.53, the closest to the edge of the property line, not the edge of the road. The thing that the edge of the road is 21 feet off the house.
And the only reason I'm sort of familiar with part of this was one time I put in a septic system and I went off what I thought was the property line and it wasn't, and I wound up having to redig my hole and move my stuff. So that's the only
So
reason
there is one, and I think we have some pictures, but I don't know if you took a picture of that little thing, don't worry. So this corner, it's a concrete monument that is set up there. So that's a good reference there.
And you brought up the point. The thing was, in 1965, the plat was approved. So they went by what the plat said in 1965. That's what the plat said. Amistad zoning changed the rules,
As a little
but
concrete
again,
monument.
they went off by what the plat said.
Okay, then my question there is, when they pull the building permit, and they pull the septic permit, then they didn't get caught? Is that?
I can tell you that this thing right here, what we're fixing to do, from now on, is that we will, go out when they start with the,
The batter boards?
yeah, when they start with the concrete, we will go out and we will measure that way, because, this right here, some people are following the 25, some people follow what's there. So, I mean, now you've got people from both sides gonna be mad. But I think we need, as a county, need to do a better job. And I'm not throwing rocks at Carlos. It's just that you sort of learn as we go along. As soon as they lay it out, we're gonna go out from now on.
Yeah, before concrete's poured.
Yeah.
So, the old rules in 65 were 15, and then MSAD zoning
25.
is 25. So the newer rules, which precede the older rules, are 25, correct? Would that,
And that,
would that,
yeah.
am I thinking right by
No,
saying
yeah.
that?
That's why they were requesting a variance for Amistad. So this was the original plan presented and approved within the building permit. That was the site plan. But it wasn't built like that.
Okay, so that was approved at 15 feet, but we're 14.5
No, it was approved at 35.
at 35. And where are we at now?
14.5.
Wow.
So the house was pushed it was rotated clockwise, and it was pushed towards San Pedro.
A question on that. So it was rotated and pushed up, and that was done for what reason?
To line up the whole front of the house with the road, so it actually looked like it was supposed to be on that piece of land.
Does a lot fall off to the back?
It does.
Would it be safe to say that maybe we saved something in yardage and dirt?
Yeah, probably several.
That and also, give the customer more of a backyard.
Mhm. So if the house would have been
If it had been put with
those
the frame
setbacks, you would have had to build the foundation up higher.
Correct.
Okay.
Y'all can't vote. We don't have. a
Yeah, we
quorum.
can't vote
But-
anyway,
But
so-
I'm glad y'all are asking questions
Yeah,
because
because-
when the court, because what happens now is, we didn't have a quorum. One of the good things about this is that it'll be put on Commissioner's Court a week from, or 2 weeks from Tuesday, this past Tuesday, with no recommendation from Amistad, Land Use and Zoning.
Okay.
Other than that there was a discussion, and both of y'all showed up in favor of it, for the simple reasons you're the owner, he's a
Right.
contractor, and nobody showed up to oppose it.
Okay.
Okay, and that will all be said, he'll make sure that it's on the agenda, to be discussed by Commissioner's Court.
Okay.
Okay, but, you know, his questions will be brought up, and anybody else, if Richard has questions, anybody else, those questions I'll bring them up over in Commissioner's Court. The 15-foot, the plans were drawn, you scooted it up, and also one of the recommendations, there would be another line item that, you know, before anybody goes to throw concrete right now, that, we go out and inspect it. Just, you know, make sure that it's where it's at.
Yeah, because I've seen this happen before, and I'm gonna throw it out there. It all goes back to the dollar. It goes back to the fact that, we've cut some corners and we've slid stuff up because foundation, the pad and stuff. That's what it goes back to. Interesting. I'm
Richard,
done.
do you have anything?
No.
No? All right, we started this thing at 10:02. We've heard comments. It is 10:13. You got anything else? Joanna?
Well, just one question, do you want us to try to have another meeting before Commissioner's
No.
Court?
No. Ain't necessary. I mean, to me, he's asked the questions, right? And y'all don't have any other
I
questions?
have another item for another meeting, so maybe if you're up to, we can do it.
Okay. And we can talk about it later. Answer's gonna be no, but we can talk about
Okay.
it. Y'all have anything else?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. Well, we've got a meeting on November 8th, regular Commissioners Court meeting. So if y'all wanted to show up, it'd probably be either y'all's best interest or not, but it's up to y'all.
Okay.
What you heard right here is probably gonna be the same discussion that's gonna be, at that meeting. All right?
All right.
Y'all good?
Yeah, well, I have one question. What about the moving? Does that affect anything? Do we have to wait until this,
I can't tell you what to do, but if I was y'all, if November 9th doesn't hurt y'all, I would wait. Okay? I'm not gonna say it's gonna go one way or another, but, you know, you got 2 weeks. I understand sometimes you're trying to close and get done and so we can move in. But if it doesn't hurt y'all, just because it is a variance,
Right.
right?
you know, and
And
I would wait. But again, that's just me. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. I can't give you legal advice.
yeah,
All right?
and I don't know if I can chime in on this or not. I know that the county you have to have a letter of compliance to occupy a house. So if you can't get that because of this, then if you did, but as Mr. Owen said, you know, it's a choice y'all have to make.
Well, I guess it's all tied in together, so we do have to get an occupancy.
Yeah, and I really didn't want to sort of push that button, but he brought it up. You know, and again, if you just, if we got done with the stuff on the night, on the 8th, and I don't think you have a problem, but I just think that if you just had that paperwork, everything would be a lot easier on us and y'all. Okay. Are we good? Okay. It is 10:16, hearing's over. Appreciate y'all for coming. Stephen, you can turn it on.